forward to having you come back again in the near future. As we tell everybody that's on the show, once you're on the David Bowers Awards, you're family. We've always got a place for you. The door is always open. You've got new releases. You've got a tour. You've got big news, whatever. Keep in touch with us. Let us know. We'll always find a place for you on the show.
Well, thank you so much. It was so great to speak with you guys.
Our pleasure. Thank you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexa Kriss, and here is a tune called Stranger.
So lost, confused, beat down and misused, defeated. Footsteps my way, despite what they say I needed. But all the small things let me know I am no longer a stranger in this home. The clouds have lifted, the welcome sign is on. Your voice keeps calling, you'll never be alone. I am no longer a stranger. One time, two times, we laughed and you cried, we hurt you. Wondered, where were you? But all the small things let me know I am no longer a stranger in this home. The clouds have lifted, the welcome sign is on.
Yes, that is indeed a very lovely, talented lady, and her name is Alexa Kriss, and I think that she's going to go far. We're just waiting for my counterpart here, the Mr. David Bowers Awards, to get back. I think he's having a little bit of a problem with his mic right now, but we do have, waiting for us in the green room, Mr. Gerg. Gerg is going to be on with us, Gerg Anidem. And so you can just give us a couple of minutes here because he's brought in a couple of songs a couple of things that are really interesting by a couple of his proteges. And we're going to play a song here by a gentleman named Chris Rudiger, and I hope I'm saying that right, Summertime Story. So this is Chris Rudiger and Summertime Story, and then we're going to get Gerg Anidem in after we play this song to talk all about it. All right, so we'll be right back with Gerg.
Flowing on my face, I'm cruising down the highway. I don't know where I'm going, but I hope that you'll be there too, 'cause you're always caring for me. I love the way you tell the story, when you turn your head and pretend that you just don't care. Remembering these moments so it never gets old. More laughter, more love is what I'm looking for. So the rivers keep flowing and we keep rolling. Never a cloudy day. You're the flint to my fire. Sparks get higher no matter what you say. Or we can stay up late. Don't be afraid. The sun is setting now. Well, this is our fame. Oh, this is our glory. Summertime, a summertime story. Your brown hair and your blue eyes, oh, you're always a surprise. Oh, the way we dance, the way we laugh, I'm making a whole from two halves. Remembering so it never gets old. More laughter, more love is what I'm looking for. So the rivers keep flowing and we keep rolling. Never a cloudy day. You're the flame to my fire. Sparks get higher no matter what you say. Oh, we can stay up late. Don't be afraid. The sun is setting now. Well, this is our fame. This is our glory. This is a summertime story. Step on the gas and let's go faster. Step on the gas and let's go faster. Step on the gas and let's go faster. We don't have all day for our love and laughter. So the rivers keep flowing and we keep rolling. Never a cloudy day. You're the flame to my fire. Sparks get higher no matter what you say. So we can stay up late. Don't be afraid. The sun is setting. Summertime, oh, 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 oh. It's our summertime, 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 a summertime story.
There you have it. That's Chris Rudiger, Summertime Story, a tune that was brought to us by our next guest, the voice and pride of indie scene radio, who does a lot of what we do, only in a little different way. He crams a lot more music into his show than we do because we take time out to talk with the artists, but that's cool because he plays some great music. If you haven't listened to him, you want to check for him. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. His name is Gerg Anidem. Welcome aboard, Gerg.
Thank you for having me, Dave.
Hey, our pleasure. Been trying to get you on the show for a while and so glad to have you here today. Before we get to talking about you, tell us a little bit about this first tune that you just brought with you by Chris Rudiger.
Well, the pleasure and honor is all mine, so thanks for having me. Yes, Chris Rudiger happens to be just 18. I think he just turned 18 and recently graduated high school. He's one of the many talented youth artists that are in and around the New England area. He's out of the Boston area, and I first saw him perform at a Pavo Awards event that I was a judge at the Hard Rock Cafe, and person that was working with him, a dear friend of mine who also judges, and she does consulting for artists, is Nina Piquel. And so this was one of her clients, and it just went on from there. He just released a single, and I put that on the air, and then he came out with his CD. So that's partly of what I do in indie scene radio is we'll feature an entire album and talk all about the artist and so forth. And many times we have artists hanging out in our chat. We don't do a live on-air interview, although working towards that. But Chris is such a natural talent. He when I first saw him, I had never heard anything by him, and he just blew me away. He's such a really naturally talented, gifted artist, and you would not think he was 18 if you saw him performing. He's such a professional at it, and so young. It's just amazing.
Well, he is definitely talented, and I think you're right. I think there's an artist that we're going to hear much more of. Now, what you're doing on Indie Scene Radio. Why don't you first tell us a little bit about, extend a little bit more into what you do, because you've mentioned the fact that you play an entire album, and I know that the big connection between your show and ours is the fact that you do promote a lot of indie artists and indie music. I want to thank you for having me join you in the peanut gallery there on your chat room with the other artists here on the show just a few days ago. But tell us a little bit more about what you're doing and where you're going with the show.
Oh, sure. Thanks. It's always a blast to hang out and chat. We have a virtual bar, and as you remember, we have a lot of fun. Being a lifetime musician, pretty much at birth, I'd been in the music business for a long time. But as a young kid, I used to always turn my friends on to new music. I would go to Strawberries Records, and some people might remember that, but I would go and check out new music, and then bring it home and turn my friends on. And years pass, life goes. You get on stage, you go on tour, you come home, you have a family, you work, and now I'm kind of thinking to get back into the industry at some fashion. Exactly. And I was contacted by somebody who had, several radio stations, and asked me if I wanted to have my music aired on radio in the UK. And I said, sure. And well, one thing led to another. I ended up doing a show on his radio station, and actually took over one of the other radio stations. It was called Empower Radio, and that was in the fall of 2012. About 7 months later, we amicably parted ways, and people were hounding me to get back on the air. So I started Indie Scene Radio, and we do all independent music. We don't play any mainstream music at all. And that's why our slogan is all indie, all the time.
Exactly.
So that's knowing people in the industry all over the world. I was able to start off with quite a cool collection of music, and people were really, I have an ear for it. So I, for the production, for the listenability, and so we try to present what we find is the absolute best of the independent market that's out there, because as you know, it's not easy. It's like trying to find a needle in a stack of needles.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, but it's
your story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Your story kind of parallels John's and mine, because we were both in broadcast radio, and we met back in the 70s in Tampa, Florida, and we got back into it because we loved the work and I'm losing my voice here, but we love the work. We wanted to get back into it, but